Hello to all. In today's session, we are going to learn about web development. We will see that what is web development and how it's work. So moving further, we will see the what is the content we are covering today. So first of all, we are covering that what is web development, then what is front end, then what are those front end technologies, then backend, that what we are going to learn about the web development so that we can build our own web page. Then we are going to install the one editor, which is Visual Studio Code, where we can write our that line of statement so that we can run the web page. Now, so about the web development. So basically, what is a web development? Web development is a work involve developing a website for internet and intranet. What is intranet and what is internet? What are the difference between them? Internet is a global network. A person, a individual can access any website, anything on just writing on the browser. And intranet is a web is a private network which an individual cannot be easily accessed without any permission of the that website host or website administrator, because it is a private website. It is being used for only for some or within the organization. It do not be accessible by outside the organization. It is also known as web programming, but it is not a programming language. It is a language, but it is not a programming language. You can't build any code over here so that it can learn the specific logic, but this language is used for only web design. You can create the dynamic web application. What do you mean by dynamic? Dynamic is changing itself or being change or itself that so that the web page should not look like same. You can change the website according to the users use, like Facebook and Instagram does. Then a social networking sites like Facebook and Instagram, they know about you and they know about your preferences and show up the content like that. So in development, there are two parts, which is front end and back end. Front end is known as the client side development, and backend is known as server side development. So moving further, front end. What is front end? Front end is also known as client side because it is a, what is mean by the client side? Client side is that interface which you see when you type anything like www.google.com. The website you see, it is a client side. That whatever you see, it is a client side. It is a front end that which is being made for the user to see that, and backend it that activities which is going on behind that website is known as backend. So front end development is referred to the producing a web application so that a user can use. It is made for user. You can use and interact with them. You can interact with them website and do whatever you want. The main objective of designing a site is to ensure that when a user open it, the site they see information on a particular manner. But this line is saying that the main objective of designing the website is that the same way you have designed tell that first thing that heading come here, then image come here, then text come here. The same way it shows the particular manner. The same information that is been be written in the statement, it will be shown over there. So technologies which are being used in front-end development here are HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Bootstrap and one more thing there is JavaScript. It is mainly a you can say it is a brain of any website. Now moving further. So brief introduction about HTML, CSS and JavaScript. First of all, HTML. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. What do you mean by hypertext? Hypertext is those text which is be in the form of link. You also see that if you share any YouTube link in the WhatsApp group, that clicking on that link, the YouTube opens and that video starts. That is hypertext. And markup is a tag which is being included in the HTML page. Then language, it is a language which is simple language, which all know what is a language. It is a uh, set of characters. It is known as having a grammar rule. It is known as language. It is a standard markup language for creating a web page. Then CSS, what is CSS? CSS is cascading cascading style sheet. Then CSS defines how the HTML are to be displayed. Basically, the CSS is beauty of a web page. How the content will be visible on the page, what color it should be, what is the size of that. All the thing is be covered in the CSS. Then JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language. Now in HTML is a non-programming language, and then JavaScript is the programming language, which add the interactivity to your website. That add the brain inside, the logic behind that. If you click the button, what will be happen afterwards? The JavaScript is the scripting language that enable you to create a dynamic updation content and control the multimedia animation, animated image, and pretty much everything else. That you can control everything in this. You can make the website dynamic by using JavaScript only. Now, what is you have learned the what is that JavaScript. To taking a live example of these are, see, if I take a talk about the HTML, it is just structure. See, if you are a human being, that you know the what is inside us and how we are made. Now inside us, there are skeleton of us, that having a bone which is combined to make the skeleton. So you can understand that HTML make the skeleton of a web page. You can make a skeleton, a structure of that web page using a HTML. Then what is CSS? Talking about CSS, CSS is the, I have told you earlier that it is a beauty of web page. So if we want to make our beauty, we wear luxurious clothes, shoes, watches, another thing which make our smart. And the CSS also do same thing in web designing. It make the HTML page more beautiful, more attractive. Now talking about JavaScript. What is JavaScript? The JavaScript is the brain of a any web page. You have a brain, so that making these things make us a human brain, a more logical thinker. So website also can be made by using these things. Now what is backend? Backend, in simple manner, we can say the backend controls whatever going behind the scenes of the web page. I have told you that front end is the front seen by the user, and backend is the behind the scenes which are being done on the web applications, which is not visible to the users. These, it is also known as the server side development, that is being controlled by the server only. You can't able to control that. It is in this you are primary focus on how the side are work, how the side is going to be work. It will be control over here. Now what to learn? In today's web development course, we are going to learn Here we are going to learn that what is front end. We have seen the what is front end. Now we are going to learn about the technologies of the front end that are at HTML, CSS, JSS. Front end have a basic web designing to visible to us, which make a basic design visible to us so that a user can do anything on that a effective activity which can be made to a user. This can be made through HTML, JSS, CSS. So to run this on to make the some HTML web page, we are going to install one editor which is named as Visual Studio Code. So how we can install the Visual Studio Code? First of all, we are going to we have to go to the official website of Visual Studio Code on typing on browser. Just simple, you can write the Visual Studio Code and it will redirect to Visual Studio Code. See, if I write Visual Studio Code over here and press enter, see, first link which is https://code.visual studio.com. This is the official website of the Visual Studio Code. If you click on this, website will be loaded. You can you see this download for window? If you click on this, the download will be the application will be start downloading. See, thanks for downloading Visual Studio Code, and here's the downloadation is being started over here. The Visual Studio Visual User Setup. So after doing this, it is of 75 MB. After the downloadation, open the file. It depends upon the speed of your computer. What is the speed of your computer? Okay, I have double click on this. Okay, I am going to open on the file. Okay, installation is working on behind the scenes. So let me see where it is going to happen. I can't able to see anything. Okay, I think it will be run. Should I wait for a seconds? Okay. It's depend on your computer speed. What is the computer speed of yours? It will automatically download according to that. I can't able to see anything. I will delete it and try it again. It is saying that action is can't be because the Visual Studio is setup is open. So where is that setup? I can't able to see that. Okay, see, here is the setup. So it is asking about the license agreement. Here it is saying to read the agreement. We just scroll down and I will say accept the agreement and click to next button. Now see over here very carefully that you have to tick all these four checkboxes. It is important to click on the checkboxes because it will automatically set the path in that, and it will do all the thing which is been required by the Visual Studio Code. You have to do nothing and click to next, and then it will say ready to install and click to install. It will start installing. If you have already that in my system, the Visual Studio Code is being installed. So what will it do? It will update my Visual Studio Code. If you don't have any Visual Studio on Code, then you, if you install it, will install that. But if you already have Visual Studio Code in your system, you do not have a worry that you have already done and you have again installing that. It will update your Visual Studio Code. If there is any updation in the Visual Studio Code, it will update that. See, my Visual Studio Code updation is being successfully done, and now it is saying that launch the Visual Studio Code. If I click to the this checkbox, now it is depend upon the computer speed. What is the your computer speed that it will going to install. So click to finish. It will launch the Visual Studio Code. See, okay, should I have already working on this. Should I am going to close my folder. See, this is the Visual Studio Code interface. Now what you are going to do, go to any drive where you want to store this file. So I'm going to my F drive, then Visual Studio Code, and here I'm going to make a folder that is web 12. Then here I am going to open that. And now see, I have gone to F folder, then Visual Studio Code. I have make the Visual Studio Code by previously, and now I have make the folder that it is of web dull. Now click on the right click and select the option open with code. If you have not select that four option, this open with code will not be able to visible to you. That's why I'm saying that you should check all those four tick box so that this option will be available to you. If you open this, it will automatically open that Visual Studio Code in this web development page. See, web dev page folder is being open over here. This will be become more useful to you. Now, this is the interface of the Visual Studio Code. Over here, what you are going to do, first of all, we are going to install some extensions. That first should be live server. See, you have to install this. I have already installed in place of disable. You will able to see install. Now, next we have to just do this only. Now click to cross, and now we are creating a, we have completed this, and the see, step 2 is once it is installed, run the installation, and then it will take a minute. It in our case also it will take a minute, and then by default the Visual Studio Code is installed at this location only. Now to make our first web page, what we are going to do, Visual Studio Code have some artificial intelligence or inbuilt some scripting that it will make a web development so easy that pressing a few keys you can able to write a huge line of code. See, this is the basic, this is a basic body of HTML. So this basic, if you want to write this basic except this and title, this is the first program we are going to see. Let us first of all go from line to line. First of all, this is a comment which is saying that doc type is HTML, saying that this document is of HTML. After that, there is a HTML tag, which means it indicates that it is a HTML tag. Now after that, there is a heads include title. Then inside the title we can write the title which been shown upside the web page. After closing the head tag, we have to close that head tag and close the title tag. How we are going to close that title and head? Just writing the in angular bracket. If we are going to write the angular bracket title, now same way we are going to write angular bracket slash title and angular bracket close. In same way, every tag is being closed over here. See, HTML also have closing tag. See, body also have closing tag. See, head also have closing tag. See, and then title also have closing tag. It is compulsion to close the closing tags whichever have a closing tag. It is compulsory to close those tag. Now, moving further, what we are going to do in this title, we are going to say the hello. It will be print over the text web page. If you see that, if you see it is a web page, see it is a monitor, and upside there is some tab. Now it is on that it will show the title. Then body, inside the body we are using h1. We will discuss every tag one by one. Just for one web page, basic web page, we are saying that h1 is a heading one, which increase our text font and bold our text, and it is saying the welcome to Bonko Vision Technology. After that, p tag is for paragraph. Paragraph is used for that any simple paragraph that is being used in textbook on and other things, and it is saying the hello to all. So now you can do, open the Visual Studio Code. Now see over here, click on the this area anywhere, then click on this new file. When you click on the new file, you have to name you have to make some name of that. Say s1, because there is a section session1 of html. .html is compulsion to make a to know about the Visual Studio Code. It is a HTML document. Now what we are going to do, Visual Studio Code have artificial intelligence or inbuilt splitting, that just writing some few keywords or some tricks. You can say it is a tricks in the Visual Studio Code that you can write a huge program, huge language, huge HTML page. See, if you want to insert a basic what you say, basic web page, web structure, you can just say exclamatory sign and press. See, there is a see na, a meant abbreviation. If you push the exclamatory sign and press enter na, it will automatically insert the structure of a HTML page. It is saying that we have say na HTML doc type is HTML. Then what language HTML is going to use? HTML tag also have attribute which is language. It is of English language. Then in header file, you can ignore this for now. You can ignore this. Yeah, you can ignore this. And after in the head, you can say title. What will the title of our page? Say Bonko Vision Technology. Now we have set the title. Now the head has been closed over here. Then title has been closed over here. Then head will be closed over here. Say before the starting of our body, now we have to close the head. So before closing the head, we are going to close the title. So it is a basic fundament that in head there is title, and then after the closing the head there is body. Inside body we are going to write whatever we want to display on the web page. Say we are going to display h1. We will just write the h1. It will include, or when we write the h1 and press enter, it will include opening tag as well as closing tag. It is a main advantage of Visual Studio Code that it has a artificial intelligence or some script patent that it will automatically add the h1 and h1s or any tag. If tag has a closing tag, it will automatically add the closing tag also. Now, writing in this that welcome to you, then after that we are going to use paragraph tag. See, if I press enter, p enter, then it will automatically close tag paragraph tag, and inside the paragraph tag we are going to write some code or write some lines so that it can be displayed on the screen. So now in Visual Studio Code there is some one more function that if you write lorem, it will text a random words which has been random words, it will be put inside that true. That if you do not know what to write and you want to write some anything to display on the screen, you can write what you can write lorem and press enter. It will text up some random words over here. Then what to do when you have done this now? Okay, now you have to save this, control S. So here live server button is not be visible. See what is the problem. Live server, deactivate and enable. It has been enabled. Okay, save what is been happened. If I run. Okay, I'm going to reopen the Visual Studio Code. Press enter. From where you have closed your Visual Studio Code, it will be open from that page only. It will take some time to load. What happened? It has been not opened. Okay. Okay, I have opened from the folder now. Yeah, we have to go to folder. See, this has been made over here. We are going to say right click and open with Visual Studio Code. That we have to make the s.html. It is being made over there. Now see, over here the live server go live is option is being activated. When you install the first time, now you have to close the Visual Studio Code and reopen that, so you can able to see that. If you click on this now, it will automatically start a live server port and say and see over here the same which have we have declared that welcome to we have declared the heading which welcome to you, and enter the lorem text which is a random text over here. See, it will be visible on the web page. It is a web page, and see, title of the web page is Wonkovation technology, which we have set in the inside the head of a title. Title is used for whatever you will write, the title will be appear over there. And now see, we have write the h1 which is being displayed welcome to here, welcome to you. Now in paragraph text we have write the lorem and it will be display on the screen. Now whatever you change over here, it will automatically be changed over that web page. See, if I change welcome you in Wonkovation, and I will save control S and go to that. See, it will automatically at the same time it will be change that the web page. It is a live server. This is the advantage of the Visual Studio Code. It has a extension of live server and it will be automatically show whatever is being done, make the change in the HTML tag. If I put another paragraph with lorem again, it will automatically show up here. It is so satisfying that if whatever you will change over here, it will show up to you here. So this is our first web page which we have built. Yeah, thank you for attending this. Thanks.